Hello everyone, welcome to the History 17A Summer Syllabus Orientation. I'm going to break this down into several videos and so the best practice is to download the syllabus for yourself. You'll find that above this video and have a handy copy of it to go through as we walk through it together. So if you're listening to this, you're in my Summer History 17A. I've got two different sections of that. It's a course that begins on the 23rd of May and ends on June 16th. Technically, it's over on June 16th, but I did give you guys through Sunday to finish up that last week's homework. The course is completely online, no requirement to come to campus. The orientations and all exams are also online. I am your instructor, Mrs. Mendez, and feel free to contact me morning, afternoon, or evening, weekday or weekend, and you can do that through Canvas messaging. You can call me on my cell phone, you can text message me, you can email me, a multiplicity of different ways to get in contact with me, or you can schedule a one-on-one live Zoom session as well. There are a few times where I'm outside of cell phone service on the weekends, but I will let you guys know if that is the case. Course description, it's a U.S. history survey course. When we say survey course, that simply means we barely skim kind of the surface of a particular era and in history. So in this case, it's U.S. history, starting with pre-Columbian history, which we go over in one module, so it's pretty brief, all the way through the U.S. Civil War. So if you really want to learn about any of these topics in more depth, you'll have to wait till you move on and take an upper division course where you take like an entire semester just to go over, for example, the history of the indigenous peoples of the Americas. So we are hitting all kinds of different themes, cultural, economic, political, and you will find that how history courses are covered kind of depends on the instructor. So I have a master's in political science, so shockingly we cover politics a little bit more. Some people, love to dive into military history. Others are just all about culture. So it depends a little bit on who your professor is. So hopefully you enjoy learning a little bit about politics because we do cover quite a bit of that. The learning outcomes are the same no matter what history course you're taking at Merced College. We just change the subject. So the first learning outcome, these are the big things you're supposed to get by the end of the semester, is to be able to evaluate primary and secondary sources by composing arguments. That means you have to write, which uses them for support. And this is probably the hardest part of the course because it involves primary source documents. These are diaries, newspaper articles, government documents, anything that is produced during the time period we're studying. And some of it is, old language, not the best grammar always, and sometimes kind of tough to read, but it does give you a particular perspective on history, depending on whose primary source document it is that you're reading. And so you use those documents to kind of compare and contrast and evaluate what is going on in a particular time period. Second is to analyze major political trends, attitudes, conflicts, and events in U.S. history, and here's the important part, for their historical significance. I sometimes call it the why should you give a crap? Or you can insert another word, question like, why does it matter? What is the Whiskey Rebellion and who the heck cares? So you're really not just learning about names and dates and events, but you're trying to think about why they matter, right? What significance do they play in U.S. history? And then also what kind of, human history themes connect to this particular place, time, or event. And then second, assess major social and cultural developments in U.S. history, their causes and effects, and wait for it, their historical significance. Why should you give a crap, right? So those are the three major learning outcomes. So next we're going on to the required course material. This one gets tricky because Merced College has changed how we do books. Last semester they were free. This semester they are not. And so if you decided to opt in to the Merced College book system, what ends up happening is you pay $25 per unit and you get your books automatically from a company called Follett, who should send you an email letting you know that your books, that you paid for them, and here's how you access them. We use Cengage as the publisher, and the book is called The American Past. Now, you have the option of opting out of that automatic system and buying the books on your own. There are directions on how to do that that were sent to you by the college. You can also find them on the college's website, or you can email me if you're struggling where to find the opt-out instructions. If you opt out, you are not charged the $25 per unit, but that does mean you need to go find the book on your own, right? And this book, I'm fine with the 9th edition, 10th edition. I don't really care. It is available pretty much everywhere. It's a multiplicity of different vendors that you can buy it from. You can rent it from. You can rent the digital format. You can rent a hard copy. And I've seen it for under $10. So you do the math. I don't know how many courses you're taking this semester, but sometimes the opting out is the cheaper version. However, that being said, that means you actually do have to go find the book, and you need to get it ASAP because you are required to cite the book in your weekly discussion assignments, and those first discussions are due on week 1. So no dilly-dallying, need to get that book, and you need to get it ASAP. So however you want to go about doing that is your own business. If you need any help, please feel free to reach out, call me, text me, email me, and I can help. So that's all for this first video. The next video, we'll take a look at course recommendations and expectations.